welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new, my name is Lorena Aguirre and I post here on my YouTube channel every Monday and Saturday. So if you guys haven't already, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And let's jump in. So you guys can see I have this cute little box right here. I'm going to have everything linked down below for you guys. So if you guys are going to want to try this product. So when you open it up, you see that there's a cute set of rhinestones. I do kind of want to do something with these and do something like kind of like a little bit more pop art or something like that. Maybe a clear nail with all these colorful gems I feel like would look really, really cute. Next is this holographic bag, and it comes with all of the tips. I believe, if I remember correctly, it was 0 through 1. 0 through 11, I think that the tips come in. So it does have a good selection of sizes for you guys if you have like really, really small nails or really, really big nails. This light is really cool because it does have like a touch button, so it looks flat and then you just tap it and the light will come on. And the great thing about it is if you tap it again, the light isn't gonna come, or it's not gonna turn off. And at first I was like, what? Like, I kind of wish it did have that turn on, turn off button. But once I tried this on myself, I felt like it was crucial for it to be exactly the way it is, because when you put the nail tip on, if you need something to stabilize the nail and you have it on the pad, and you have to press down, you might end up having to, you might end up turning it off while you're trying to cure. So I think the way they made it is perfect. It will stay on for 60 seconds, and yeah, the light is very, very strong and mighty for how tiny that thing is. But now I'm going to go ahead and push back the cuticles, and I'm going to clip the nails. This is my mom's hand, so she came up to visit me. You guys know that my mom doesn't live in the area. She lives really far from me, so she finally came out and visited me. So of course I wanted to treat her. I wanted to make her nails look nice before she ended up going home, or like the whole weekend she was out here, just for her to have like her nails done and things like that. So I went ahead and did that for her. She works with a lot of boxes, so her cuticles, they do tend to get drier. If you guys are like having clients that they work with a ton of boxes, keep that in mind, is that a lot of times their hands will get very, 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 very dry when working with the boxes. So now that I went ahead and did that, I'm going to go ahead and prep. You guys, if you guys are wanting to do like a DIY thing with this set, I definitely recommend just using a hand file. I wouldn't use anything even close to 80 grit. Definitely maybe even just use a buffer to prep your nails, just because this is a very fine sanding band. You don't need to go out and buy a file for something like this, especially because the underside of the nail tips, they are prepped. So it definitely makes it way easier for you as a nail tech. Honestly, it cut down my time a lot by just being able to have it prepped and not have to dust off each nail and things like that. I feel like with me, I really don't like it when my work gets super, super dusty anyways, just because I do feel like sometimes like the dust particles will still be up in the air and things like that. So honestly, I feel like this kit, as like someone who does DIY, I feel like this is ideal because you don't have to worry so much in getting specific paper towel things and wipes to make sure that there's no lint and dust in your polish. But now I'm going to go ahead and prep the cuticle area, making sure that there is no cuticle on the nail bed. And this also helps kind of like push them up out of the way. And I do want to let you guys know I am not applying any pressure or anything like that. So because I do feel like even though this cuticle bit, it is tiny, it does have potential to make divots in the nail if you are pressing hard enough. So I definitely feel like when you are using this bit, let the bit do the work and not go in and take so much off, and don't be applying like more pressure, if that makes any sense. But next I'm gonna go ahead and dehydrate. The dehydrator that I really like to use, it is from OPI. I've been using this one for years. Let me know down below if you guys have other ones that you guys really enjoy using. Now I'm going to go ahead and go in with my young nails. Again, everything is going to be linked down below. So if you guys would like to try it out. Alright, you guys, now I'm going to go ahead and get this light. I do want to mention again that this light, even though it's tiny, it is mighty. So if you guys kind of see me bouncing back and forth with the light and kind of putting it over and taking it off and things like that, the reason being is because this gel, it does have heat spikes. If you guys don't know what heat spikes are, is when you're curing the gel, the chemical reaction, it gets really, really hot, but then it will cool down. So once it reaches like its peak, then it will go away. But to avoid this, something that you can do is kind of go back and forth with the lights. And you guys could see that this client is my mom, so with her, she did get really hot right there. So that is something to keep in mind when you are curing. I've even seen sometimes where like nail techs, they will actually rub while they are applying them down once they kind of get stuck down. So that is another method. So, but this light, I promise you guys, this is mighty. So even if you are working on yourself, you might have to bounce in and out of the light just so you guys could avoid that heat spike. Just because it's not something that I've ever had like a problem with, but it just hurts. So definitely make sure to bounce back and forth, and you guys would be able to avoid that. And the gel that I am using to do my mom's nails, it is one that came in the kit. So so far her nails have been on for, I believe, 6 days now, and they're still going strong. No casualties, so that is also very, very good. So and another thing that I do like to mention is when I do size, I like to size them off to the side. And even when I am using other gel kits, I will put the pairs of them side by side, and I will start from the pinky and work my way over to the thumb. So it allows it to be a little bit easier. But you guys could see, even though that they are etched on the other side, they go a little bit past my mom's natural nails. So I feel like with me, like I know some people, they might feel like that would bother them, but something that you could do to actually get rid of the etching that's on the inside of this is just apply clear coat at the bottom, and it will make that go away. So if you are trying to get the look of encapsulated nails or clear nails or anything like that, definitely recommend trying that and putting the clear coat. Now I'm going to go ahead and go in with this bit. This bit I had actually got from Montage a very, 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 very long time ago. But it is a 90-degree angle at the edge, so it gets right into the area, or the cuticle area. This, honestly, if you guys are a beginner nail tech, I definitely do not recommend using this, just because you could cause damage to your natural nail bed if you're not careful, and you have potential of cutting yourself, or if you're working on someone, a client. So definitely make sure, if you guys are a beginner, to maybe go in with a safety bit, especially if you guys haven't used an EFILE. If you guys are new to EFILEs, or you don't know what an EFILE is, the E just stands for electric, so it's just an electric file. So EFILE is just the shorter name for it. So now I'm going to go ahead and go in and hand file. I am using, I believe it's an 80/80 grit or 100/100 grit, and this is from Montage. And I'm just going to go ahead and do the points, or I want to round them out and kind of taper them in. And the great thing about pre-shaped tips is that you're able to get them done really, really fast. So that's something that actually I've been loving, and I think with the Gelix, I feel like that is like my favorite thing about it, just because honestly, lately, I don't know if it's just from how long I've been doing nails, but I do feel like definitely my hands, they have been hurting a lot more that the years go by. I feel like I notice like hand pain and stuff. So just keep that in mind if you guys are wanting to become a nail tech, that it is something that there's a lot of wear and tear on your hands and things like that. And just be mindful of how you are holding your client's hand and things like that, just because I do feel like just all that plays a part if into like if you're gonna get carpal tunnel and stuff like that. So next, I am going to go ahead and go in with an Extend Gel, and this one is in the shade Ariel or Yessica. But they have very, very pretty colors, but I wanted to have like a nude base so I could do some ombre. I am going to be airbrushing, so if you guys are interested in seeing more airbrushing content, make sure to comment down below, because I have been in love with my airbrush. I do feel like airbrush is coming back in trend, and you're able to do so much, and I really am loving the ombres that I'm able to do with the airbrush. So honestly, if you guys want to see more, definitely comment down below and I'll be able to teach you a little bit of what I know of airbrushing. I am also thinking about doing a class, just because I fell in love with the craft, and honestly, it was through a lot of trial and error, just because airbrushing is not as easy as people think. Like, I broke a whole airbrush before even figuring out the whole airbrush situation. So honestly, and I know a lot of people that they struggle with it. So I'm thinking about offering a class. I don't know if that's something anyone would be interested in, or if I should just try and post a video and get as much information out on it. I'm kind of back and forth, but just because I don't know. But yeah, let me know you guys down below what you guys think, if that is something you guys would like to try and see. Sorry guys, my big ol' head, you guys already know, it always gets in frame. I definitely try not to, but on this hand, you might have known that the thumb and the pointer finger, I ended up switching back to this one. But I have been liking to work in sections. I will start from the pinky up into the middle finger, and I will do the other fingers last, the pointer and the thumb. And the reason why I do that is just because sometimes I do feel like with builder gels, they will kind of move all over the place. And say if a majority of the product is by the apex and it ends, they're pointing their finger down, it will go to the tip and it makes it look like it doesn't have as much as an apex as it really does. And that is not really the look that I like. And I feel like sometimes it will even make it look where the nails are actually really flat when they're not. So on the nails that I am working on, I definitely recommend to, if you guys are doing something like this, I definitely recommend wiping down the nails. Next, I'm going in with a resin. The resin I am using is from Montage, of course. This is definitely my favorite. Next, I'm going to go ahead and go in, and I am playing around with some stones because I had seen a 3D flower where they just put a square stone in the middle, but I have these charms and I just think they look so pretty. I've been wanting to use them on all my clients, but no one wants to get them. So I was like, Mom, she was like, you know what, do whatever you want. And so of course I had to take full advantage, and she loved this one, so I went ahead and pulled out two so we could get to using that. And I wanted to show her some of the red ones and stuff. I was trying to persuade her to get a red 3D flower, but she wasn't having it. So she wanted to go with white so it would be able to match with everything. So that was pretty much her only request when it came to the set, but she did let me surprise her for the whole entire set. So I was really excited about that. Now I am going to go ahead and get my knot polish. And this is their white. Honestly, I love knot polish, but when it comes to my 3D art, I would definitely recommend you guys trying out Young Nails White for 3D art. I absolutely love. So if you guys haven't gotten your hands on that and you are trying to figure out how to do 3D art, I definitely recommend theirs, because I do feel like the way it sets, the way it levels out, the way it forms, the way I'm able to maneuver it, I just feel like it works with me. This one I did feel like it kind of wanted to stay a little bit soft, and then even after I was done sculpting it, it kind of even wanted to like melt into place. So I feel like definitely with young nails, it kind of just tends to be more crisp. But as far as working with it, I have done like ombres with this white, and I actually really love it. I don't know if I have ever done an ombre with young nails. I can't even remember. I'm pretty sure I have, but I don't really remember it. But just recently I did do a, a white ombre with this, and it worked amazing. But as far as 3D art, I definitely liked young nails. I do feel like young nails does have a little bit quicker dry time than this one. So if you guys are looking for something that is more quicker dry time, definitely recommend. And I feel like both of them are nice and buttery when you are working with them. So I love both. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments if you guys have ever tried either one of these, and let me know you guys' preference. I love nail talk and for everybody to kind of share their experiences, because I do feel like it does really help with other people trying to purchase things and just kind of share what they think about it. And when I am doing petals, I definitely really like to have the point of my brush in the center of the petal, and I like to use the belly of the brush to kind of push it where I want it to make it more of a petal-like. Sorry you guys might be able to hear my son right now because it is late at night and we're trying to put him to sleep. He just got out of the shower, so if you guys hear him come on over here, that's pretty much what's going on. But yeah, so, and I'm just going to go ahead and finish up and put these petals on, and see, pointing that brush in the center, and then just kind of poofing them up. If I do feel like I kind of ended up flattening them out too much, what I will actually end up going and doing is pushing it with the side of my brush to go back in. And again, using that point on the inside. And honestly, I feel like this is the easiest way for me to do 3D flowers, which I love, and my mom was so excited about it. So I was super excited just because she was excited, and now I'm going to go ahead and do the flower on the other hand. So I'm just going to go ahead and let you guys watch me work my magic, and let me know if there is any tips and tricks that you guys could share with other people down in the comments down below, because everyone loves to be able to kind of share their knowledge and what they learn and things like that. So it is very much appreciated. Alright, you guys, now that I am done with that, I went ahead and loaded my airbrush, and now I'm just going to go ahead and go in kind of like a sweeping motion with it and kind of circling it in there also. So I feel like it's like a little bit hard for me to explain on here, just because you can't really see. So I will kind of go back and forth. I wanted to see what my mom thought about it and what she thought. So she loved it, so of course we had to put it on another nail. And you guys, I am loving Airbrush, and honestly, this is so quick. The hardest part of Airbrush is cleaning out your machine in between colors and things like that. But there is other ways that you are able to do it. So honestly, I feel like that is the biggest part. Putting paint in there and things like that, that is the easiest. In using it, it kind of takes a little bit of work trying to figure it out. But I promise you guys, once it gets to cleaning, that is when it becomes complicated. And if you don't clean it out right, I find that it is a big old mess once you try and use it again. But now I'm going to go ahead and put a top coat on. This top coat, it does have a dispersion layer. This is my first time trying it out, so I don't know if this is something that I am going to be recommending to everyone. But yeah, you guys could see that it is a self-leveling top coat, and that is something that I do like, but I just don't know if this is going to be my go-to, if this is something that I'm going to be really liking or not. So definitely stay tuned for future videos, because I definitely like to share the products that I love with you guys. So if this is something that it does become one of the ones that I do love, I will definitely let you guys know. But you guys, I'm going to go ahead and top coat the rest of the nails, and I will be putting them into the light for 60 seconds. And this is what they are looking like. They look so pretty. Once I wipe that dispersion layer off, what I am going to do is put a little bit of crystals and wipe them down. And you guys, this is the final look. I hope you guys really enjoyed today's video. If there is anything you've seen in the video, it will be linked down below. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, I'll be back with more videos. Bye!